every lesson we learn helps us become better in the future. So as a student of Zamboanga Polytechnic State University, it's my responsibility to know the vision, mission, objectives, and core values of ZIPSU. The BGMO is my guide to learn in the program I'm studying. It will help me to be responsible in my studies, not just in my studies, but also to myself. I relate to the knowledge that I learn from the BGMO and CTA because it gives me the guidance and responsibility that I need to be an obedient student and future career. With these values, I am able to become an efficient teacher and responsible. I have also learned that being a teacher is not only about teaching, but it's also about being able to understand your student and lead them by example. I have come to realize that I need to be more patient when dealing with people and be more responsible and respectful with my job. I will continue to survive and to strive hard for my future by applying all the lessons and knowledge that I learned from the values in order to become a competent teacher in my profession. I believe the knowledge and lesson that it will make me a responsible teacher in the future.
As a future educator, reading the ZIPSU's vision, mission, goals, and objectives, or the BGMO and the CTE objectives, made me realize that my college journey is not only about earning a degree, but also about preparing myself to become a responsible, competent, and dedicated teacher. The vision inspires me to aim higher, continue learning, and believe in my ability to grow. The mission reminds me that education should develop individuals who can contribute meaningfully to society. The objectives of the CTE also encourage me to develop the knowledge, skills, values, and professional attitudes needed in the teaching profession. As a future BS Ed English teacher, I want to become someone who is confident, prepared, and committed to helping students learn. I believe that every step I take today is bringing me closer to become the teacher I aspire to be. The CTE objectives also help me understand that becoming a teacher requires more than academic knowledge. I need to develop good communication skills, critical thinking, creativity, professionalism, and the ability to use appropriate teaching strategies. I also need to understand the different needs and abilities of learners and create an inclusive and supportive classroom. These objectives reminds me that teachers should continue improving themselves because education is constantly changing. As a future BS Ed English teacher, I will strive to use creativity and meaningful activities to make learning more engaging. I affirm that I am capable of learning new things, improving my weaknesses, and developing my strengths. I may face challenges, but I will not allow them to stop me from reaching my goals. I will be patient with myself and remember that every mistake is an opportunity to learn and become better.
As a BS Ed English student, the vision, mission, and core values guide me to become a better student and future English teacher. They remind me to study hard, improve my communication skills, and be responsible in my studies. They also teach me to respect my teachers, classmates, and future students. These values encourage me to become confident, patient, honest, and hardworking. Most importantly, they help me prepare to become a good teacher who can share knowledge, inspire students, and make a positive difference in their lives.
As a future educator, I want to use my education and skills to become a competent and responsible teacher. The vision of becoming a world-class Polytechnic State University reminds me that I should always aim for excellence and continue learning. I hope to become a teacher who can inspire students, share knowledge, and help them become better individuals. The vision, goals, mission, and core values of Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University inspires me as a future educator. They remind me that education is not only about getting good grades or earning a degree. It is also about becoming a responsible teacher, a skilled and caring person who can help others learn and grow.
Good day, everyone.
Today, I would like to share my reflection about the goals of our university and how these goals can guide me in becoming a better future educator. The goals of developing and sustaining innovation, collaboration, responsiveness, and excellence will help me become a better future educator. For me, these goals are important because teaching is not only about giving information to students, but also about understanding their needs and helping them learn in meaningful ways. Innovation will encourage me to be creative in my teaching methods and use new ideas and technology to make lessons more interesting. Collaboration will teach me to work together with other teachers, students, parents, and the community. Responsiveness will help me understand the different needs and challenges of my students. Lastly, excellence will motivate me to always do my best and continuously improve my knowledge and teaching skills. As a future educator, I want to apply these goals in my classroom. I believe that by following them, I can become a teacher who is creative, responsible, flexible, and dedicated. And the most importantly, I want to inspire my future students to learn, grow, and believe in their own abilities.
The vision of ZIPSU reminds us that to aim for excellence and become globally competent individuals. For me, this means that being a student is not only about getting good grades. It is also about continuously learning, improving our skills, and preparing ourselves for our future profession. As a future educator, I want to carry this vision with me by becoming someone who is willing to learn, adapt, and improve. I believe that what we learn today will help us become better teachers in the future.
As a future educator, the objectives of ZIPSU reminds me that teaching is not only about sharing knowledge, but also about preparing students for the future. I am inspired with the focus on technology, research, partnership, digital education, global competence, and sustainability. These objectives encourage me to become a teacher who is adaptable, creative, and open to new ways of teaching. I believe that as a future BS Ed English teacher, I should continue learning and improving my skills so I can help my students become confident and prepared for a changing world. I will strive to use technology and meaningful activities to make learning more engaging while creating a supportive classroom where every student can grow. These objectives motivate me to become a responsible, innovative, and dedicated educator.
The university core values remind me to become a responsible and dedicated student. Loving God and country teaches me to respect my faith, my university, and my community. Social responsibility encourages me to help others and contribute in my simple ways. Commitment to my service teaches me to do my best in my studies and responsibilities. Accountability teaches me to take responsibility to my action and learn from my mistakes. These values guide me to become not just a better student, but also a good person to contribute to my university and my community.
Every journey begins with a purpose. At Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University, that purpose is clear: to produce globally competent individual and research innovations for quality lives. The CPPSU's mission is to produce globally competent individuals who are ready to face the challenges of the world. Through research, educations, and innovations, students develop their skills and ideas for them to improve their communities. Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University's mission reminds us future educators that education is not about personal success. It is about serving others and creating quality lives for everyone.
Good day, everyone. Today, I will share my reflection on the university's mission, vision, goals, and objectives and how this can guide me in becoming a better future educator. As a future educator, the university's mission, vision, goals, and objectives have really shaped how I see the kind of teacher I want to become. The vision of a world-class polytechnic university reminds me to prepare learners for both local and global settings, which means I need to keep growing so I can stay globally competent and responsive. I align myself with this vision by continuously improving my knowledge, skills, and mindset so I can effectively guide students in a constantly changing world. It pushes me to always aim for excellence and help students become adaptable in a constantly evolving global environment. The mission shows me that teaching is more than just delivering lessons, and it is about encouraging critical thinking, curiosity, research, and using what we learn to help society. I align myself with this mission by committing to create learning experiences that are meaningful, inquiry-based, and socially relevant. The objectives highlight innovation, collaboration, digital learning, resilience, sustainability, and being in tune with what society needs, which reminds me to stay flexible and keep learning throughout my career. I see myself growing into a teacher who not only adapts to change but also actively embraces it to the better serve my students and community. The College of Teacher Education goals also emphasize strong content, knowledge, teaching skills, research ability, good values, and service. I align myself with these goals by striving to develop both my professional competence and my personal character. As a future educator, I need to be patient, responsible, understanding, and respectful of my students' different needs, and I commit myself to practicing these values in my daily interaction. These principles inspires me to become not just someone who shares knowledge, but also someone who helps shape students' character and future. I will continue working towards becoming a competent, compassionate, and impactful educator.